beyond the veil of mortal breath. A silent guardian walks the dark, the sacred judge of death.
Through temples carved in desert stone, through halls where shadows tread, the jackal god awaits the souls, the watcher of the dead. When mortal breath begins to fade and earthly light is gone, the path of souls through endless night has only just begun.
Across the gates of silent dusk, where living hearts once bled,
A figure waits in ancient calm, the ruler of the dead.
in the halls of endless judgment,
Where truth alone is said. Anubis, the Lord of the dead.
dying on the silent gaze.
The Lord of the dead. Judge of every mortal fate.
In the hall of true truth, where every soul is led,
Anubis, the Lord of the dead. The scales of mud stand before him, feather light and pure. Against the weight of human hearts, no light long endure.
the scribes encode each mortal life, the deeds of all who tread.
And every soul must face the scale before the judge of death.
The silence breaks, the scale descends.
The final truth is read. Anubis, the Lord of the dead.
Guiding on the silent gaze.
Anubis, the Lord of the dead. Judge of every mortal fate.
You hold of true truth, where every soul is led.
Anubis, the Lord of the dead. If the heart remains in balance, you're against the feather's grace.
The soul may walk eternal field and find its resting place.
But hearts corrupted by the dark and sins that cannot fade,
Shall tremble before its shine.
and vanish in the shade. Hearts of stone, nothing grand, none escape the judge of death.
Ancient god of silence and
Keeper of the final
across the river of the night, through stars the spirits roam, guided by the jackal king to find their final home.
No king, no slave estates the path, no crown, no sword, no throne.
For every soul must walk the dark,
And stand before him alone. jackal waits beyond the veil. Anubis, Lord of the Anubis, Lord of the From 7 hills beside the river, where ancient waters roam, a legend rose from wolf and war, the birth of mighty Rome. Two brothers born of royal blood, abandoned to the wild. A she-wolf found them by the stream and raised the fearless child. Romulus grew with iron will, a leader fierce and strong, a city rising from the dust where destiny belongs. But crowns are forged in rivalry and blood must mark the throne. Romulus, founder of Rome, builder of empire and stone. Romulus, ruler of war, the eagle for forever reborn. Romulus, Lord of the eternal throne. The walls were raised upon the hills, a city born in flame. But Remus mocked the sacred line, and death became his claim. A kingdom forged in brother's blood, a destiny severe. Death on that crime and empire rose to rule 1,000 years. The eagle spread his wings of steel across the rising dawn. Romulus, founder of Rome, builder of empire and stone. Romulus, ruler of war, legal forever reborn. 7 hills, iron throne, from the wolf rose a mighty through centuries of fire and war, his legend still remains. The first king of eternity, the master of domains. Romulus, founder of Rome, father of empire and throne. Romulus, ruler of war, sun god.
Sky, the ancient lord of sun and flame, whose gaze no night can hide.
He sails the skies in solar fire, across the desert throne, the falcon king of blazing light, the sun god stands alone.
From dawn he rises over kings, his power none defy. The breath of life, the burning star, the ruler of the sky.
Through endless day his chariot flies, across the sands of time. The god of blazing sun, lord of endless light. The god of blazing sun,
Guardian of the sky. Through heaven's fire his power reigns, the desert bows its head. Ra, ra.
the sun above the dead. But when the darkness claims the world and night devours the land, the serpent Apophis waits below to strike with shadowed hand.
Through the underworld the sun god sails, through battles none can see. Each night the serpent rises up to end eternity.
Every dawn light returns,
And darkness breaks again. Ra!
the god of blazing sun, lord of endless light. The god of blazing sun,
Guardian of the sky. Across the heavens burning bright, his golden flames are spread. Ra, ra.
the sun above the dead.
Set and rise. The sun god burns above them
To death at night he fights the void, to bring the dawn once more.
For every sunrise in the sky is Ra returning from war.
The god of blazing sun,
Ruler of the sky. apathy and shadows rise. The tribes of ancient Dacia prepared for war and pride. Divided clans of mountain lands once fought for blood and gold, until a king united them, a ruler fierce and bold. Burebista called the warriors from forest, hill and plain, a kingdom born from iron will against imperial chains. The wolves of Dacia gathered, the storm began to rise. Burebista, king of Dacia, ruler of mountain and sword. Burebista, king of Dacia, guardian of the northern horde. Burebista, Burebista, the wolf that Rome ignored. The Celtic tribes were driven back, the Greek ports bowed in fear, a power grew beyond the Danube that Rome could not ignore. From Black Sea shores to Carpathian peaks, his kingdom spread its flame, and senators in marble halls whispered Burebista's name. The empire watched in silence, a rival to its throne. Burebista, king of Dacia, ruler of mountain and sword. Burebista, king of Dacia, guardian of the northern horde. Iron crown, Dacia rising, Rome looks down. But treachery within the court would end the rising flame. The king betrayed by hidden blades, yet legends speak his name. Burebista, king of Dacia, master of mountain and sword. Burebista, king of Dacia, leader the tribes adore. The mountains whisper still his name across the northern wind. Zeus, king of the gods. sky begins to roar. Zeus, the king of the gods, master of thunder and sky. Zeus, the king of the gods, lightning that none can defy.
From Olympus he commands, storm and fire in his hands.
Zeus, Zeus, the king of the gods. The Titan war shook earth and sea. 10 years of endless flame, until the thunder split the sky, and Zeus destroyed their reign.
The chains of Tartarus were forged for those who dare oppose, and from the ashes of the war, a new immortal rose.
The eagle circles through the storm. The heavens hear his call. Zeus, the king of the gods, master of thunder and sky. Zeus, the king of the gods, lightning that none can defy.
From Olympus he commands, storm and fire in his hands.
Zeus, Zeus, the king of the gods.
Thunder falls from heaven's throne,
Storm and lightning call the stone.
King of kings, the sky obeys.
None escapes the thunder's blade. Zeus, the king of the gods.
Above I see.
Zeus, the king of the gods. Eternal storm of destiny.
When the heavens start to roar, hear the thunder god once more.
Zeus, Zeus, the king of the gods. And when the lightning splits the sky, all gods remember winds across the river, legions waiting in the snow. One command will shake the world, one decision left to go. goal. They ordered him to lay down arms and answer to their call. But Caesar stood before the stream where destiny was drawn. For crossing meant rebellion's fire and Rome forever torn. The eagle banners face the storm. The soldiers tell their brand. Caesar, master of allegiance, breaker of the throne. Caesar, master of allegiance, the empire he would own. The dice cast across the stream, no path to turn again. Caesar, Caesar, the march of destiny to show the legions marched against Pompey's fading might. From Pharsalus to Egypt's throne, they conquered through the fight. The Senate fell beneath his rule. The Republic's final breath for Rome would trade its ancient crown for empire born from death. The power of Greece, a dagger's hand, in shadows deep they wait. The Ides of March would stain the stone and seal the tyrant's fate. Steel and shadow, blades arise. Even gods can fall tonight. Caesar, ruler of the world, the empire in his hands. Caesar, let it come in war, the greatest of the land. No, the daggers struck him down. His empire would remain. Caesar, Caesar, Rome forever from river cross to empire force, his shadow still remains. Fenrir, the world devourer.
Born in shadow, child of chaos, in the halls of northern flame.
From Loki's blood, the wolf awakened. Destiny spoke his name. In the forest deep of Jotunheim, a monstrous shadow grew.
The gods of Asgard watched in silence as the wolf they feared they knew.
No iron forged in mortal fire could hold his rising might.
His jaws could swallow mountains whole.
His eyes burned cold as night.
The halls of Odin whispered fear.
The prophecy was sworn. Fenrir, the world devourer,
Breaker of the sky.
Fenrir, the world devourer, the beast that will not die.
When Ragnarok awakens and the last of gods must fall.
is never slain. Now